Welcome back to the Rolling Rucks. We're Stu, Charlie, and our three kids, Oliver, Dexter and Amelia. We've taken our motorhome on lots of adventures over the last 15 months. We've visited some spectacular places.
But now is the time to see if we can convert this 2-year-old crafter into a fully functional camper van that sleeps all 5 of us. We're doing it from scratch, learning as we go, giving it our blood, sweat and tears. We want a gas-free van with a shower and a toilet and as much open space as we can get.
Join us this week as we continue the build.
Welcome back, guys.
So the last time you saw us, we were heading off to get our last bits done on Vanlife. We've got the wheel carrier fitted.
Yep, that was done at Mule Vans up in Barnsley.
So we've made it down to Mule this morning. We've come down to get the wheel carrier from here because I really wanted the ladder. So the boys have got it ready. It's out the back. It's just ready to go on the back of the van. Getting super excited. It's going to change the whole look of Vanlife altogether, especially when we pop down to Reading then and grab our 5th wheel. So it's very, very exciting. Right,
good morning.
He's got a mule hat.
But I'm not the only one that's got a new hat.
I hate wearing hats.
No, they're mine. I got a grey one and a black one.
But
I like them.
Yeah, happy with that, you love?
Yeah, they're cool.
Messed up my fringe. Right, so should we go show him this wheel carrier?
Yes, do tell them why we've gone for this wheel carrier.
Yeah, because I like the ladder.
Yeah, ladder, but it's also made out of aircraft aluminium, right? So the whole sort of wheel carrier and ladder comes in at a crazy, it's about 12 kilograms.
Yeah, you can literally just lift it up.
I can lift it with 2 fingers. That's how light it is, and obviously our whole build has been very weight conscious. You know, I've built all the units with no framework. Everything we've done, isn't it, is to reduce weight. Yeah. That's why there's not lots of wood on the walls. But yeah, let's go have a look. And this is the wheel carrier, and then the ladder. So the way in which it works is you've got these 2 flip down sections here. So these are your first rungs for your ladder. Your 3rd one you actually stand on the tyre because this is strong enough to support it, and that then allows you to get on the top ladder. So let's get this bad boy fitted.
We then headed down to South Wales to get the final things sorted out on the van. When we were in Scotland, there was a few bits that we decided needed either fixing or finishing.
Yeah, so there were some teething problems, so we needed those to fix, and then there was just some bits we didn't have time to do before Christmas that were more so cosmetic,
yeah,
or didn't really matter at the time.
So things like getting the slats finished
on the roof.
We've got them done.
Yeah.
We've changed the plug in the sink area. Stu's managed to reseal and fix the bathroom because the heater was just too hot in Scotland, so it melted half of that. We've also made some changes to the size of our oak dining table. We found that was a little bit too big for us.
It was too big, yeah.
So there's just little things that we've done along the last week or so. We haven't had time to film, so we do apologise for that, but the van is now finished.
99.9%.
Yeah, and many of you have been asking us for a van tour, so we've come into a wild spot near a canal.
Also near the M6, so you might hear a bit of background noise.
Didn't think that through, did we really?
No,
but
we were going for location, but check this out. Right next to a lock. Nice and pretty, but then you got the M6 right there, and a wild feline. So,
on that note, should we show them the van?
Let's go have a look at this van once and for good.
Welcome. This, in my opinion, is the best seat in the house. I've got a dining table here that Stu's kindly cut down for us because it was massive. But I've also got the end of the kitchen, which I quite like to put my coffee in the morning or my wine of the evening and take in the nice views. So I literally have a view from the driver's seat right the way down. It's amazing. This is what we did this for. As you can see, we've got 5 seats. We do need to swivel these 3 front ones around. We do this on every parker. This creates us a nice sized dinette. This is actually bigger than the one we had in the motorhome, but it is fiddly because we do need to turn them around whenever we pull up. So the table's just literally a pop-off one with a pole, and then Stu's just popped this in the floor. We've got a cover for that. Under here is our shoe cupboard. That goes back actually quite far. And then just the other side, excuse my throws, the other side there is Pebble's place. Stu's then fitted in 3 drawers here with a larder. And actually I can't be without this because look how much space, excuse the mess, but look how much space. It goes right back there. So that's effectively 4 cupboards in one. I love that, so thanks, babe.
You like our bit, don't you? Yes. So we've then got the kitchen. We've gone with a small single bowl to allow it to go in the narrower part of the kitchen. It's got a strainer plug in it, so it catches any bits and stops it going into the tank. We've got a swan neck tap, which has the retractable hose head on it, and that's also then got buttons on the side, so it can be a faucet or a shower. So if we've been to the beach for the day, we can literally turn that outside, pull the hose out, and shower down the kids.
Or you.
Yeah, or me. Under the sink, we got one large cupboard.
Goes really far back, so the cat's got his dedicated stuff, and excuse the European bag there, bit of a clue on where we're heading next.
Yes, for sure. And then on the next cupboard, we've got the Ninja 10-in-1 oven, which has been absolutely fantastic. We've been using this for 3 weeks now, and it's literally like cooking at home, isn't it, love? It's been so easy, it's so fast, so efficient. And then we've got another deep cupboard below it.
Pots,
this
pans,
is where,
plates.
yeah, we keep all the crockery.
And stash the wine.
Yes. And on the next section, we've got the induction hob with a cutlery drawer below, and then the 12-volt compressor fridge below that. And
which, don't be deceived on the size on that fridge, because that is huge. That is bigger than the one.
Basically, this one goes all the way to the back. So whereas on the previous one we had about 250mm of depth, on this we got about 450mm of depth, so it's like having a fridge twice the size. So that's worked really well for us. We got another little cupboard above the kitchen area, which has a LED light strip underneath, and that's on a rocker switch, but this just allows us to light up the cooking area.
This is where we basically sleep. So the back end of this van is deceivingly big. So if I just sweep the camera around, you'll be able to appreciate just the size of this sleeping area. 2 windows on the sides there. They do open it because we like a bit of fresh air in the evenings. We've also got all our controls here, and this really nifty little device. We can put an iPad on there, so that's like having a TV in here in the night with a Fire Stick. We've got the 2 large cupboards going from front to back basically, and they are huge. And then there's a max fan there, and obviously some girly flowers at the back with some lighting. We've got the LED strip light going right through the slats. That goes right from the front to the back of the van, and that gives us some awesome light. But this is definitely bigger than a king size. It's huge. And then underneath is where the kidlets sleep. So we've got Oliver there, Dexter there, and Amelia in there.
I'll say something about the beds, because a lot of people have actually been a bit concerned and saying obviously they're like coffins, or it's really small. Firstly, that bed, if you take the full space, is actually larger than the bed they slept in the motorhome. All we've done is we've put dividers in so that they've all got a bit of their own space, which we felt was more important now at the ages that they are. And we've done the dividers to go from the top, and they've come down 2/3 of the way. That just allows them then at the front to have a bit of space for them all to get into their pods. If they all want to watch iPads together, they all come up front end and put the TV in the middle, and they'll watch a movie. And if they all want their own space, they'll all go back up the other end, and they've loved it.
So this is our bathroom area with a tambour door. Absolutely love it because it goes side to side rather than in and out.
So in the bathroom, we've opted for the Thetford Porta Potty. It has a slightly larger tank than the cassette ones, which works for us as a family of 5. One of the teething problems we had was that the pillar for the tap on the shower melted because the diesel heater was too hot, so that got replaced. I've changed that for an aluminium strip, so it can't rust, but it's also not going to melt. We put heavy duty lino down, and all behind then the hygienic boards, that's all been tanked. A couple of corner storage cupboards, and then the lighting we've actually put on a wireless switch, because to put one here I'd have had to have trunked the wiring in, which we didn't want to do. And that's, as you've seen earlier, on a tambour door.
So obviously there's mum and dad up there, and these are the kids.
And then every single bed has its own light, which is dimmable, and has 2 USB ports on it, so everyone can charge their phones or iPads, and got a nice reading light for the night time as well.
Yeah, what else that you did was pretty cool though, to store their iPads and stuff at bedtime.
Fitted in these nets.
So each one of them has one of those nets, you can't really see there, so I'll show you that one. To store their iPads, Fortnite, reading stories, things like that.
And then other little tricks we've learned whilst on the road is you buy a couple of empty pillowcases, but you fill them with pyjamas and blankets.
Saves on the cupboard space.
Saves on cupboard space, and you got a pillow to lean up against, so they're working really well. The garage on here is smaller than we initially planned, but we're making do. So we've still got our table and chairs on, our ramps, electric bits, and a hose to fill the water up. So we get by with the garage, but it would be nice for it to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but we've got plans for that in the future, haven't we, with the water tank, for example?
Yes. So the water tank is currently in there as well. It's a 125 litre tank, but we are, in the long term, we're going to get it undermounted, but because it's quite a new model, there's not much on the market to get that done, so we're seeing a lot of people getting custom ones, so we will eventually get the tank out, get it undermounted, which will really open up the garage space for us.
Love this van. I've got to say, as much as everybody said to us in the early days that we would not manage this van, I was the first person to say, yeah, do you know, I kind of see where you're coming from, I get it, I agree with you. But actually, after doing our tour up in Scotland, as a family of 5, at Christmas time, we've managed just fine. We've done roast dinners in here, we've slept comfortably in here, we have obviously got our dining space here at the front. Yes, it's taken us a little bit of time getting used to, but I think you would feel like that with any van anyway. But yeah, I'm really happy with it.
And yeah, as we said before, you know, you got families of 4 that go away in a VW Transporter, so we're 5 and we're in a Crafter, so we've got a lot more space than some have. Not as big as others, but as long as we're happy and enjoy it. And
the kids are happy as well, that's the main thing. And we've definitely adapted to this a lot better than I was expecting us to.
We have, yeah. And something else to point out as well is, even from when we got the motorhome, everything we ever do, the kids have a say, the kids have a voice in this family. So when it came to the van or the motorhome, and we haven't just asked them once, we've asked them numerous times, we'll say, motorhome or van, and all 3 of them,
it's always the van.
Every time they pick the van.
Yeah.
So like, well, we can't argue with that. You know, obviously we want them to be happy, we want them to be comfortable, and what they're telling us, they are, and they're all very happy. So we're happy.
It's probably me that struggles the most with the cooking and the cleaning and trying to maneuver around, but ultimately when you open this door on a hot sunny day like today, you literally wouldn't notice it was a smaller van than a motorhome, would you?
No.
So guys, motorhome or van?
Van!
Well, there's our answer then.
Van!